All right. How's everyone doing? If you can hear me and see me, make sure you give me a what's up in the chat. It would be greatly appreciated so I know it's working. Happy Sunday to y'all. Sunday family fun day. I got some cool things I want to talk about, and we're going to keep this short. I'm only going to be able to do this for about 30 minutes or so for Q&A and just talk about some cool things that are up and coming that I'm working on. Hey, how's it going? Excellent, thank you. Appreciate the heads up, Josh and Jorge. It's good to see you. Jorge, where are you from, man? Josh, where are you from? Sorry if I asked you last week, but I can't remember, so. Unless, Josh, you're from Connecticut. I know I was talking to somebody from Connecticut last week on the stream, so. And those of you joining us, what's up? Jorge from Spain. What part of Spain, man? I would love to go check out Spain. Spain and Portugal and that whole region. I think that would be so cool to go see. Trinidad and Tobago. All right. You're not one of the most annoying students, man. Nah, man. You know, I don't know if you've watched Al Heelan's interview, but you need to watch Al Heelan's interview. And, you know, that guy, he was just asking questions after questions after questions, figuring things out. And, you know, now he's getting it rolling and, you know, makes over $1,000 a month now. And, but he just had 101 questions when he started. And you got to just keep asking questions until you get answers, because that's how you get better, right? You know, I'm learning some new stuff right now that I'm working on, like, you know, how to figure out Shopify stuff. That's really straightforward. But like the Facebook ads drive me nuts. Like there's just so much to learn and to figure out with that. Oh my God. And so I'm in like groups asking questions. Nobody answers. I just repost the question, like it, try to get it bumped up until somebody gives me an answer. Then I ask another question on that. So, but that's how you get better, right? So yeah, keep doing it, man. Keep doing it. Kim here. How's it going? I watched your interview with Dale. Was it the interview one? I think I watched it. One of the latest ones that he posted. Yeah, and that was really cool. So, yeah, Kim, it's just great to see you. Actually, Kim, I was gonna reach out to you about moderating, because I see you helping Dale out, and since you're always on mine, I was thinking maybe I could ask you to do the same thing. Just, you know, keep the chat nice and friendly. So I'll message you about that another time. We won't worry about it this time. Awesome for Feroza. Hopefully I got your name right, bud. Feroza from India. How's it going, man? Hope you're doing well over in India. And Quentin Marks, what's up from South Africa? That's so cool. That's another place I really would love to go check out. Have you ever done, and this is probably like asking a Canadian, have you ever played hockey? But Quentin, have you ever gone diving with great white sharks, like in the cage? That's like one of my top 3 dreams to do. So that's one of the reasons I'd love to get over to South Africa. Jorge, I'm from the South. I live in Magala with my fiance. We are watching you now. Hello, Spain. And congratulations on your guys' engagement. That's really cool. I hope you mean fiance, and I'm just not pronouncing that word wrong. So, love to mod. Awesome. It's all good, Kim, but, you know, whenever you're around, that, you know, just having that little extra help. You're dude. I answered Kim. Whenever you're around, that'd be great. So I'll reach out to you, and it's just, you know, we watch each other's back, right? For Feroz, am I saying your name right first? Feroz. Lots of people make good money. Yeah, lots of people make good money drug dealing. It doesn't mean it's right, because eventually they're gonna get handcuffed. So no. So I guess we'll just jump into it. No, don't do public domain. Look at ways to make money legitly. You can't do public domain on Amazon. They will straight up come and ban your account, and they will take away all your royalties. So that's my advice, because people reach out to me all the time and say, oh, I was doing public domain and Amazon closed my account. How can I get it back? I'm like, you can't. You did something dumb. So don't. Just don't. You have to get original works, and it's just, yeah, you have to invest more money and do it the proper way. What's up, Dale? How you doing, bud? Are you back from California yet? Are you back from the conference? Wasn't sure. I wanted to message you. But yeah, no, you can't do public domain. Those of you who don't know what public domain books are, they are books that are freely available on the internet, and you can pay like $4 for them, and you get a whole bunch, and you publish it on Amazon. That's what's a public domain book. But you can't do that because Amazon does not like that at all. So I don't know, Dale, maybe you have additional thoughts, or we should probably do a public domain Q&A maybe next time, or just talk about it when me and Dale are you know, chatting live. But yeah, man, so just don't do public domain. All right, let me keep up with the questions here. Quentin, not yet. Yeah, bro. Like, I want to go shark diving and check out the Tabletop Mountain and hike it, because I think it's called Tabletop Mountain. But yeah, there's a couple cool things I'd love to do in South Africa. Hey, 12 people here, but only 2 thumbs up. Can you guys hit those thumbs up? Let's get the thumbs up going. Yep, home safe. Awesome. We are on for a live chat this coming weekend for sure. Awesome. Excellent. Excellent. I thought I saw a first question. All right, Jorge, first question. How do you make good descriptions before publishing a book? Do you have any videos explaining that? Oh, let me write that down. Where's my video idea? Hold on. I'm just going to write descriptions on the whiteboard. Descriptions. Okay. Because I don't think that's in the course. No. Okay. So descriptions. Of course, I hate saying that. Of course, in my course, inside my self-publishing blueprint, we do talk about descriptions, and I give examples of how to make good descriptions, and some descriptions on Amazon I really like. Long story short is what your description is. It's your sales letter. It's what internet folks call it your copy. I don't know if you can see my other copy. And your description has to sell it. So if you watch, actually, here's the best thing to do, Jorge. I think it was Jorge who asked this. Yes. If you watch my interview with Dave Chesson, the Kindlepreneur, it'll be in my playlist under interviews. Watch that one. We actually dive in there, and he talks about different areas of your description, why like 80% of your or 90% of your focus needs to be on the first line for your description. Watch that interview, because I learned a lot from it as well, but we talk about it. So I would definitely go check that out. And yeah, that should probably help you. Dale, no problem, but we'll see you later. Table Mountain, yes. I think I called it Tabletop Mountain, but Table Mountain. Yeah, cool. Joshua. All right. Right now, we're looking to further your publishing business to more long-term $10,000, $100,000 business. Yes. Now, so here's my take on scaling up the publishing business. See, if you search YouTube, and I'm sure you all have seen the videos of Stefan and the likes, $10,000 a month doing Kindle publishing, $100,000 a year doing Kindle publishing, and all of that. It was a lot different a couple years ago. It was easier to scale up to those large numbers. 2, there was less competition. 3, Amazon was dumb. I don't know if you can see that. So those 3 things were happening. And nowadays, scaling up to 10K, you have to do it completely differently than you could do it before, right? Like, you can't just review swap your way to 10K anymore. It'll take way more books, but then also your income is going to be extremely unstable and volatile because Amazon's cracking down hard on that. So my philosophy has always been, you see it's changed. In January, and really last year, when I was setting up my goals, right? Those of you who've been doing my monthly goal reports or following them, it was like, yeah, I wanted to hit 10K a month in Kindle publishing by August of this year. But that changed quickly as I started learning more about Amazon and everything. Right now, I think if your income is any higher than 8K a month on Kindle, and you don't have anything in the back end, and you don't have an email list of a couple thousand people, there's way too much risk. So that's why, we're going to talk about Shopify store, and because I just opened my store, got my first sale within my first 24 hours for my books. That's why I'm taking my paperbacks off Amazon and driving my own traffic and keeping my own customers, because the safest way to scale up is not to scale up on Amazon. Because you just if you're not collecting those emails and you're not doing anything with it, Amazon could shut your account down, they could change something in their algorithm, whatever, but your business could go dead overnight. So I don't think scaling up to those large numbers makes as much sense anymore unless you're doing it on the back end. Now, the back end is a whole nother game, and that's what I'm really trying to shed more light on with my students, and then it'll be really... You'll see it'll start evolving on my channel as well, because I want to share it. Of course, just want to share it with everybody. So that's what I'm currently working on, and we'll talk a little bit more about that as well. Okay, well, I guess just wanted to make sure I keep up with these questions here. And if I don't get to your question, just like, I think you guys can see what I see, right? So if the questions have gone up, hopefully we get enough of those. If the questions have gone up and yours is like you can't see it in the chat anymore, just repost it so I can see it again. So Josh, hopefully that answered. Or do you eventually move on to self-development coaching once you scale enough passive income? Oh, so are you talking about like what my end goal is? Are you asking like what my end goal is? And I just kind of talked about something in general. Just hit me up with that, Josh, and then Quentin, I see yours, so I'll hit you up next. Hey, anyone who hasn't joined us, two things. Say hi. Say hi, and where are you from? Would love to see it, because I can't tell who's all on here, how many people are watching right now, and but give me a thumbs up. Let me know you're here. And Josh, just let me know. Are you talking more about my business? I'd love to kind of give you an idea of my business and kind of what my end goal is. I think that'd be kind of cool. So just let me know if that's what you mean, and I'll get into that. Quentin asks. Tips on Amazon advertising. Okay, I'm going to get to that in a sec. I just see Josh's follow-up. Yeah, you personally. Being honest, I'm afraid you end up leaving like Stefan and Luca. Bro, don't compare me to him. All these guys want to get really big. Okay, here's the deal. Stefan, I respect and admire tremendously. He is what I think is one of the greatest internet marketers, most transparent and smart business-minded individuals that you could be following right now. So my end goal is, keep publishing. Like my end goal is to change the nonfiction publishing realm in 2018. Just completely change it from what it is now, the unstable business model that it is. Oh, my wallet. The unstable business model, review swaps and all that, and make it 100% white hat, sustainable, successful business for 2018. That's the goal with that. Am I eventually going to move on from publishing? Yeah, eventually, because publishing is not my passion. I'm using it as a way to, I used it first to escape my 9-to-5 job. That was the first goal, accomplished that. Now I'm building the course and building my brand. But I don't want to be forever known as the publishing dude, right? That's not my end goal. So I do want to move on to bigger and better things. Coaching, I don't know if I want to do coaching. Maybe only 1 or 2 clients or so. I like the freedom. So I'll always have my hands in publishing, especially as I kind of develop this next thing that I've been developing into getting it off Amazon, because the niche that I'm in, I'm super passionate about. And I want to, like, that's something I'm turning into a solid brand, and I want to start making proper, deeper connections in the industry and do with that. So I'm always going to be available. That's something that's important. Now, if it gets to the point where I'm getting like 200 emails a day, like what Stefan, I'm sure, is getting, obviously I'm not going to be able to keep up and answer every single email anymore. It'll get to that point, I'm sure, I'm hoping. But I do pride myself on being relatable and being able to help people get off the ground the right way. And that's kind of what I'm trying to build my whole persona around. Like, I'm that person who's just like you, you know, and I just kind of leave you the blueprint so you can just essentially do what I did to get going. So hopefully that kind of helps answer your question, Joshua. Okay, Quentin, advertising on Amazon. Okay, Dave Chesson has a free course. If you find the interview for Dave Chesson, Kindlepreneur, it's in the interview playlist on my channel. You can watch it, or you can just click on the link that's below it for his free AMS course. I did some advertising before that on AMS. It was all right. Then I took the course and completely changed my results. In fact, what I'll do, I'm just bringing up my AMS stuff here so I can kind of give you an idea. Okay, so I've spent $88 and I've made $325 in ebook sales since I started this campaign a couple weeks ago. That's just ebook. That doesn't count what I've generated in paperbacks. So I'm getting these type of results after going through that free course, Quentin. So definitely check out that interview and then use that link. Like I said, it's free. I use his KDP Rocket tool now because it just helps get a whole bunch of info, like keywords and stuff from Amazon. I think it was, I know there's a discount if you use the link. I just can't remember what it is. But, you know, or you can just kind of do it yourself and like what I did in the beginning, right? So, but yeah, man, check it out. Like, I'm loving AMS. That's going to be something I'm going to be working and integrating into my courses because it's just, when you do it right, and like I've gone through, I could probably even do a whole video series on AMS, but like, you know, you get all your keywords, you let it run for a week, then you go through, you start canceling out keywords not profitable. And then what that does is it tells Amazon, okay, no more of those keywords, we focus on these. And so Amazon's learning what you're looking for. And so then you do that again the following week. You start raising bids to the keywords that are starting to produce better numbers. And then those keywords really start converting so much better. I didn't know any of that until I went through that course. And it just blew my mind at how much better the results were. My costs went down, my profits went up. Isn't that all what we want? So yeah, man. Well, Quentin, hopefully that kind of helps you out there. The lady writes, how important is print to fiction? I mean, I guess you're meaning like, is paperback sales a big part of fiction? From what I've heard, it's not. Fiction publishers and authors make most of their writing or most of their income with the Kindle Select program, the pages read. So yeah, so that's kind of my thoughts on that. The lady writes, if you got a follow-up question, just post it, and I'll give you a little bit more insight if you need. Okay, Furzo, is it hard to find a good virtual assistant and get book reviews? Look, I haven't done a review swap since about April or May. So it's not hard. I don't know. It's as hard as any other part of the business, I guess. But book review swaps and like that's on the way out. Like I think by the end of 2018, It's going to be completely gone. You're going to have to do it a completely different way, which is great because it's gonna just clean up the publishing world, clean up Amazon, which they want, and it's gonna weed out all the publishers who are trying to take shortcuts and you know, don't really want to kind of do it with a more long term thinking. So, but I don't think it's that hard to find good assistance. Jim from DC, what's up? Do you use a keyword research tool? Any thoughts on Samurai? Oh, I think I've heard of Samurai, but I have not used it. Like, the only keyword research tools I've used is KDP Rocket and Kindle Spy. Those are the two that I've used, and yeah, those are the only two I've used. So KDP or Kindle Spy, I definitely. What I like about that is it just speeds up the results. You don't have to open all the tabs, so it just makes it a little easier. But I think as you get better with your keyword research, you'll rely less on less tools, because you start seeing patterns, and you can start looking and figuring out which type of keywords are going to be more profitable, and yeah. So, Jim, hopefully that answers your question there, bud. Jorge, would you be kindly enough to write anything about the categories in the course or Facebook group? Because I don't know what categories do I have to choose. Categories. That's a lesson that it's on the whiteboard. I will be adding it to the course. It's on the whiteboard. So what gets on the whiteboard gets in the course. So Jorge, yes, that is something I do want to add in there, just because it is something that I think is key. Here's like the short end of it, to kind of give you something until I have a moment to do a proper lesson and put it in the course. Look at what your competitors are in and write down. You can have a max of 10 categories. Look what your competitors are in, and basically just get into those categories. Another way of doing it is you can look at what books. So you click on the category, the number one book, open up tabs for each one. Whichever books have the highest BSR, make sure you get into those categories, get a better rank for those categories. Boom, you get a bestsellers badge once you become the number one book in that category. I did that with one of my books, and of course these are all related categories. I did this with one of my books. I found this obscure category that was directly related to my book. There were two books in there, mine and somebody else's, and I outranked them, obviously, and I got a bestsellers badge. And I'm like, how are there only two books in this freaking category? So yeah, but I always email Amazon, hey, put my books in these 10 categories, please. So, Jorge, hopefully that kind of helps you out, bud. Where are we? Quentin, perfect, excellent. Excellent. Randy, hey, buddy, how are you doing, man? Hey, Emeka, what kind of stock photos do you use for your author page? For your author page or pen names? Oh, I haven't used a stock photo for a while, but if you just Google free stock photos of people, and that's how I found the ones that I used for my author profile. If you actually go to Amazon and you look for, what's the book called? How to Lose Weight. How to Lose Weight. If you look for the author Julia Alejandra. That's one of my books that I used as an example, and it was the second book I ever did. So I'm sure it's probably almost 1 million BSR, and it's crap. So, but it'll have an author page, and it'll have a picture to kind of show you the type of pictures and stuff I do. But I'm gonna add that to the video list. Add that to the video list of stuff to do. So, yeah, that would be great. So, Randy, hopefully that answers your question there. Hi from France. Not even going to talk about that guy, man. Not worth my time. Joshua. But what part of France are you from? I love France. I love French people. I think the culture is just so cool there, and the food is, oh my God, French food. They definitely know what's going on. Josh Blinger, he's very passionate about that. Get ready for the fireworks. Oh, yeah, that's funny. Okay, you said, I always email Amazon to put my books in these 10 categories. Don't you only get to choose 2 categories? No, you get to choose 10. You have to email them for that, though. Yvonne, it's all good. Yvonne, do you follow me on Facebook? If not, because I always post when I'm going to be doing the live stream. You know, and also, hey, those of you who haven't subscribed yet to me for some reason, please subscribe. But make sure you hit the bell notification, because then when I do a live stream, I think you get the reminder, but then you also get, like, I know I get an email as soon as Dale goes live. Or anyone else that I follow that I hit notifications for, I get an email saying, hey, so-and-so is live. Because I hate missing live streams, especially if it's ones that I want to ask questions, because I'm like learning that type of info. So, you know, there's like Miles Beckler on, you know, I follow him to learn about some SEO stuff. So, yeah, I hate missing live streams because I need to ask the questions. And that's like the only time to kind of get your questions answered by some people. So, yes, the category stuff will be in the course. But yeah, just email them, and if you just go to the contact us, and you'll figure it out. I'm sure you've emailed them before, but contact us, and it's even like, I think a drop down. It's like update categories or something like that. So super easy. And yeah, one time I tried to like go into like 20 categories. You're like, actually, you're allowed a max of 10. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. But yeah, because I always like to make sure my books are in the majority of categories, because it helps with ranking and all of that. So, all right. Yoshi. Hey, it is Yannick. Hopefully I got your name right. Sorry if I butchered it. Yannick from the Bronx, NYC. I have a question. Do you know about the guy from Power Back Success? I don't know enough to say anything, man. But I have no issues with him. Power Back Success. Is that, what's his name? Wonder if that's, I think I did an interview with him. Like, he interviewed me. I think. I can't remember the name of his channel. But it sounds familiar. Keep the questions coming. If you are brand new and you just joined us for the first time, make sure you say what's up so I know who's there. Give me a couple likes. Oh, man, I can never get this mirror thing right. Give me a couple likes and type your questions. If I missed one of your questions for some reason, just make sure you ask it again, and I'll get to it. But here, while we're waiting, let me tell you about what I've been working on. This week has been insane. So my books are doing well on Amazon, but he did do an interview with him. Then I think he's a cool guy. You know, in fact, he's one of my students inside my self-publishing blueprint. I believe he's down from where's he down from? Somewhere in the Caribbean, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, no, it was a good time. We were chatting. He's doing his thing. He's doing his journey right now and figuring things out and everything. But no, he seems like a really great guy. So, you know, books are doing well on Amazon, but just being a smart business person, you always want to kind of diversify and never have your eggs in one basket. And so, thinking long term, I wanted to get my books off Amazon, have more control. What do you think of his? Oh, I don't watch his videos, man. No, sorry. I don't know his videos. And so I opened up a Shopify store, and I'm brand new to this. I don't know, you know, and really the purpose of the store, it's not to drop ship different products or do any of the things that everyone's hearing about. It's just to sell my paperback books right now, drive traffic, control the pricing more, because what I learned doing my research and I've proved it to myself now, is I can actually sell my books for less on Amazon or in my store. Sell them for less. yet my profit is more after expenses than it would be just selling them on Amazon and letting them do its thing. Why is that? Because Amazon's not getting a cut, right? They're not getting a cut, and it's just incredible. So cool. I set up the store on Friday. It was not ready. Like, there was, like, on the front page, the paragraphs were all weird, and, like, it looked like crap. Set it up, and boom, first sale within my first 24 hours. 0 ads running. I'm going through a Facebook course right now trying to figure out ads. They're ripping my freaking hair out. You know, but I got the first sale. I like jump out of the chair. I was like, woohoo! Baby was looking at me like, what's going on, Daddy? And I was just so excited. And you know, it's funny. I use this thing called Wheelio, and it's like exit intent. So when somebody tries to leave the store, this big half the page moves over, and it's like, hey, spin the wheel to win a discount type of thing. And there's like free shipping and 5% discount, you know, and so they enter their email. So it's a way to collect your emails. And so that, you know, they do it. They spin. What do they land on? 75% off. I'm like, are you kidding me? You know, my first customer gets the book for 75% off. That sale actually cost me $10. You know, but I got the email, and so that's the most important thing. But I just thought it was so funny because I'm like, are you kidding me? And so I had to look at the stats. I'm like, okay, I got to raise the free shipping one to hit more, this free shipping one to hit more. Let's do a 10% discount to hit more. So it drops down to 75%. I'm like, what luck? But hey, obviously that person was happy. I haven't got any other sales yet, but I've been collecting a couple more emails. But it's so cool because now I can raise the price of my books a little bit more on Amazon. But now I can control pricing so much better on the store. And how do I fulfill it? I simply just have a VA. When the order gets placed, right, they get an email. They just go to Create Space and order the paperback book. The program is called Wheelio. So Wheelio. It's a Shopify plugin or app, whatever they're called. And yeah, and then they just fulfill it and boom, ship it. And it's so cool because I love it because for me, customer service is like the end-all be-all. I will shun a company for bad customer service. It just drives me freaking insane. Am I a little, fresa is the term here? Am I a little snobbish? I guess that would be the American term. And maybe. But like, I can treat my customers the way I want to be treated. Like, I get to send follow-up emails. I get to send them tracking info. I get to coddle them. So they get the absolute best buying experience. My goal is that my customers enjoy buying from my store more than they enjoy buying from Amazon. That's the overall goal I want my customers to be able to experience. Am I going to be able to compete with certain things like shipping time and stuff? That's out of my control. But I'm looking at getting another company, Ingram Sparks. My book just got approved, so I just have to order a copy of it so I can see what quality is like compared to the Create Space print-on-demand service, so I can see which one to use better. Because I still don't like Amazon could close my account tomorrow, and I'd be, you know. But so I like to have different options, just always as a backup plan, and that's just somebody, you know, just how I grew up. You always got to have an exit plan. Always have a backup plan. So that's what I'm working on right now, and I'm loving it because it's so fun figuring things out. And honestly, that's why I've been like, I didn't do the workshop on Wednesday. I just did another video, and that's why like I haven't been able to do some of the things that I really want to, like, there's a lot of like how-to videos that I want to get up. I've been kind of throwing up. I don't want to say them. I think all the videos I put up are valuable, but there's some much more highly valuable videos that I have up on the whiteboard that I want to put up on my YouTube channel for all of you. I just haven't had the time because I've been so busy trying to get this completed, so it's just up and running. But right now it's the infant stage, so you literally are, you know, it's nonstop. So that's what I've been working on. But this is going to change the game. This is completely changing the game because once I figure out the ads and driving the traffic there and everything, and figure out the proper formula to replicate this for my students, it's going to change the game on how things are done. because Amazon doesn't have to be the end all be all. And yes, am I going to have third-party products on there eventually? And yes, all related to the niche and things like that. So I can increase that back-end profit. But now I can email them. Like every customer that buys, I get an email from. Another thing that I've been doing, and hey, if you got more questions about this or other stuff, just hit up the comments. Another thing I've been doing is, thanks Kim, it is a brilliant idea. And another thing I've been doing is I've been writing some Facebook ads for one of my books. I'm giving away my best-selling book on Amazon right now. It's for free if you're getting targeted with my Facebook ad. And I'm giving it away for free, just the paperback or just the ebook right now. So they just download it. I host it on Dropbox. Exact same way I host my lead magnets. I'm hosting this book, and I have my ClickFunnels account, squeeze page, and they put their email in. They click download or whatever. They go to the Dropbox page, but then they also get to see some of the other books that I'm selling as well. Right now, if they click on it, they go to Amazon. I'm gonna switch that up. Hopefully today, if I have time, to go to my Shopify store instead. And what have I done? Basically, that has costed me about $450. I've collected just over 400 and something leads so far from that. Those are emails. Right now, I only have 2 emails going to them, a welcome email and a hey, what do you think of the books email. But I'm going to have like 7 emails going to them, and all just driving more traffic to the store and to create more of those back-end sales. Because remember, if there's one thing I've learned, it's okay to lose money on the front end. You can make it up on the back end. And that's the whole internet mindset. So, you know, there's .com Secrets. I promoted it last week. Where's all my stuff? .com Secrets is a book by Russell Brunson. I use ClickFunnels. I'm a funnel hacker. And it's just genius. And I'm just learning more things about like my Facebook author page, right? How you don't let them, I've been, people message me on my author page on Facebook. And I just learned, no, don't let them do that. Let them get into your funnel to message you. So they, instead of having the contact us, it's the sign up. And it's like, hey, here, enter your email for a 10% discount on all books, right? And then that way, boom, they're into, you got their email into the funnel. And then what was the other one for the contact us? But the contact us, oh yeah, the contact us button, right, goes where? It goes to my store, to our contact us spot on there. So then what do they have to do? If they want to contact me, they have to email me. And then what do I have? Their email address. But what also has happened, they just got pixeled. Pixeled. Pixeled means Facebook now recognizes, right? My Facebook ads recognize, oh, that person saw your store. And then they start getting retargeted with my ads. This is all the stuff that is blowing my mind right now and stressing the hell out of me. Because it's like, but it's necessary to learn, because this is going to completely change the nonfiction publishing game over the next 6 months. So that's what I've been working on, everybody. What do you think of that? Give me a couple thumbs up if you appreciate all this hard work and stress I've been going through, so I can just teach it all to you. Let me get to some of these questions. Yoshi. Hey, Emeka, do you think new publishers should use Facebook ads? It all depends. Do you got money to spend? Do you have time to learn them? Like, I've literally, for the last 3 days, been doing nothing but Facebook ads and trying to learn it all myself. There's a huge, huge learning curve. It will eventually be the future, I think, until the big box companies start getting in there. So right now, Yoshi, sorry, I don't know if you're taking my course or not. If you're taking my course, you follow the course. But I don't think I think learning Facebook ads will only help. But I don't know if it'll get fast results for somebody who's brand new to publishing. without having a structured of, okay, here's what you're doing, here's why you're doing it. That comes from experience. If I tried to do this time last year, would have failed miserably because I just didn't know enough about the whole publishing world and how everything works. Josh, one last necessary comment about nope. Man, I'm not gonna. There's a reason I don't talk about people like that, man. Take a hint. Your advertising page for your course or somewhere on YouTube where you emphasize that you were there with us actively publishing. Are you aware of the current methods? Amazon changes as well as a very active Facebook group compared to. I did a lot of research and messaged you to eventually find out the info and choose which. Sorry, I'm kind of missing some of your info, or I'm just reading it wrong. Okay, so I do think there should be at least one video on either your advertising page for your course or somewhere on YouTube channel where you emphasize that you're with us actively publishing and are aware of current methods. Oh, so you want, okay. So just let me know if I'm clear. You think I should do a video talking about how I'm actually publishing books still and I'm like in the trenches with all of you and that's what makes my course so valuable? Is that, Josh, is that what you're talking about? Let me just read Randy's question while Josh types. Randy, do you plan on making videos on how to use Amazon ads or Facebook ads either for your course or YouTube? Yes. That's exactly why I'm going through all of this right now, Randy, is so I can turn around and start teaching everybody and just showing everybody just the power of them. But in order to do that, first I have to get a better understanding. You know, I've learned a ton over the weekend, and but I'm, you know, I could probably teach you some stuff right now. But yes, this is all going to be part of the bigger picture for sure to help new publishers out. Like I said, my goal for 2018 is to make nonfiction publishing 100% white hats. Completely, I'm putting all virtual assistants, swap virtual assistants, not actual people who are your business partners, virtual assistants. I've given them a terminal diagnosis. They have less than 12 months to live in terms of their careers. They're all going to hate me because I'm going to be the cause for them all going out of work because I'm going to make nonfiction publishing a white hat. You're not going to need review swaps. You won't need those type of virtual assistants. You could use them for other things like what I do for formatting and to upload my books to, you know, to KDP and CreateSpace. And, you know, maybe you'll even get to the point where you're going to have an assistant run your publishing business for you. You just won't need somebody to do review swaps anymore. And it's funny, the best virtual assistants I've seen are the ones who refuse to do review swaps, right? It's like I don't know, like the lower tier ones do review swaps, and then the upper tier, it's like, oh, I'm not touching review swaps. Those things are nasty, right? That's kind of like what I've kind of noticed. So hopefully that helps, Randy. But doing everything I can for you guys. Okay. Yes, correct, Josh, because that was a huge difference factor for me making when I was saying revolution and blueprint, I think. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. And what Josh is saying is you know, the other people, of course, is out there are not publishing just because they've moved on. You know, Stefan like moved on from publishing into, you know, bigger, and his business kept growing and everything. So he doesn't really publish books anymore. And there's nothing bad or whatnot. But the problem with that is when people stop publishing, they stop learning about publishing. And so their info becomes so dated. And don't get me wrong, I think K-Money Mastery was a great course. I started with that course. I made $2,000 a month using most of their methods. Some of the stuff I realized was very dated as I was going through it, but that course is what gave me my groundwork. But the whole reason I came out with the blueprint was because I wanted to come up with a proper blueprint, something that was updated, that was relevant, that was designed by somebody still in the game. And that's what Josh is saying. That's why he chose my self-publishing blueprint over the other courses was because I'm still publishing books. My writer, I was just speaking with her, and she's like, "Yeah, I'll have the next book ready by, it should be this week." And it's awesome. I had a 45-minute call with my writer the other week, just to talk about, okay, so what are the next books you're working on? What are these things we're going on? I think I might have done a quick video on it, but it was just great. And she even asked, like, hey, can I try switching up the formatting a little bit? I think it might work a little better if we kind of do them this way. And she even has she came up with, she's like, hey, can I do another topic around the same niche, but you don't have to pay me for it. But I just want to do I want to write a book that I think our audience is going to love, because she's really involved in the niche we're in. And she's like, I'll just do it in my spare time and we'll see what happens. I'm like, love it. Go for it. And if it starts selling, I'll pay you for it. But those are the people you want to hold close to you. And relationships, right? When you're using freelancers or assistants, VAs, whatever, these are business partners. These are people you have to make sure that you're treating right and everything, because they help run your business. They are the reason you make money, and not fully. That's why you get paid a lot more than they do, but still, relationships are so key, and I don't think enough people talk about that, because everyone is like, oh, I want to make money. Who cares about relationships? But long term, relationships make you more money. I hate finding writers. Can't stand it. Why? Because it takes time, and I have to build a relationship from scratch again. I have to watch everything closely. It takes so much time. I'd rather pay somebody way more money than anyone else will pay them to stick with me, that will give me the best quality work I can, because it's worth it. R.A. Benick, sorry. R.A. says, where do you source your writers from, Emeka? Upwork is my place of choice. Also, where do you get your editors from? I don't. I find a writer who knows how to edit. I find a writer who knows how to edit. Now, I think from niche to niche, you might have to find different types of editors or whatnot, right? My book is not just full of paragraphs, so, but yeah, it's, right, like if you're doing cookbooks, for example, you can find a writer who can do a cookbook and knows how to edit it as well. You just find somebody who's good. Now, you have the odd grammar mistake in there. Yeah, you have the odd grammar mistake in there. But, professional editors, how much, they charge $300-$400 to go through a book. So, yeah. Okay. All right. I used one the other day. Was not impressed with the quality of the work. Yeah. I've gone through a lot of crappy writers too. Yeah, definitely. I've gone through a lot of crappy writers, and they get you wonderful 1-star reviews on Amazon. It's an interview process, right? You're interviewing them just like how, just like, hey, any company, right? Walmart, they have a lot of crappy employees, but they have some great ones as well, I'm sure. But any company is going to hire some crappy people in order to get to the good. So it's part of being a business owner, I guess. So, yeah. What other questions do you guys have going on? Did I miss any here? All right. So, any other questions? A few more minutes. Probably we'll get to about 2 o'clock Central Time, so in about 8 more minutes. Unless nobody has any questions, let me see what else I've been working on that I can share with everyone. Are all of you, give me a yes if you are currently collecting emails. And let's talk about that. What is the biggest problem right now with email collection? Are you collecting enough emails? Are you not collecting enough emails? I'd love to know if there was a ratio of I sell X amount of books, I collect this many emails. I was telling one of my students in the blueprint that because we're in the same niche. Oh, I should talk about that. If you're a nonfiction publisher, I have a nonfiction publishers cross-promotion group on Facebook. Free to join. It's for nonfiction publishers to cross-promote. And you just say, hey, I'm in this niche. I have a list of 600 people. Let's talk. And if we're in a similar niche, I'm going to email my list about your book. You'll email your list about mine. So it's a way for us both to grow our lists and to get some extra sales by working together. So it's a nonfiction publishers cross-promotion group, something like that. I'm sorry, I should probably know this. But there's a video on my channel as well. You can check that out. It has a link in it. But yeah, let's talk about email lists. So how do you build, are you all building an email list? What's your biggest struggle with email lists? Because for me, there's nothing more important than an email list because the money's in the list. Let's take a look at these questions. I know it's competitive, but would you mind giving slight thoughts on how one can build an email list in a niche such as cooking and cookbooks? Yes, I would love to. Okay, who is your audience? Who is your reader? Who is your, you got to give something that's going to complement the book that they already have, right? So if it's cooking, now I'm guessing you're probably around a specific type of cooking. So let's use Italian cooking, for example. You got an Italian cookbook. What I would do, so I got my general Italian cookbook, I would give like a specific, like, here, get the 20 best homemade recipes from an Italian grandmother. Like, I want that book right now, right? But give something specific that they cannot turn away from. You got to know who your reader is, right? So who's going to buy cookbooks? People who like cooking, check, right? Then figure out what's your niche around, and then give something really specific that they can't turn away from. Okay, hopefully that helps, Josh. Let me know. Can't really build a relationship just talking about dining or recipes, can you? You can build a relationship with anything. Anything. If people can build a relationship with a four-legged dog, you can build one with another human being. Okay? So yes. My student, you know, when we were talking about niche, she's like, oh yeah, I'm in this niche. People just aren't very responsive to email lists. And I'm like, bro, I'm in that niche. And I have a list of over 700 people almost. I haven't published a book in 4 months in that niche, and I still collect anywhere between 5 to 7 emails a day. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah, your lead magnet sucks. Don't ever blame the niche. It's never the niche, it's always you. Okay? Take responsibility, because as soon as you give away your responsibility, blame it on the niche, blame it on the people, blame it on this, you can't fix it. It's always you. You need to improve. You need a better magnet. You need a better whatever in order to improve. Because you give away the power. You're giving away your options to succeed. Josh, does that help? Hey, Tenzi. Hopefully I'm getting your name right. It has one of the funny things on the E. Hey, Emeka, can you tell me how we can make a hard copy? Like a hardcover book? Tenzi, are you talking about a hardcover book? Just let me know. Yvonne, using that speech to text option in Windows helped me hear some of the things I'd miss in my self-editing process. That's kind of a cool thing. I've never actually experimented with that, Yvonne, but that's kind of neat. Randy, in the middle of that process, but MailChimp is being a pain in the butt. What's going on with MailChimp, Randy? Maybe I can help you walk you through this process. Kim, my problem is I seriously don't have a lot of time for composing an email to send to the addresses I collect. So, Kim, there's a couple options. One, why don't you have time? Okay, that's the first thing I'm going to ask you. Why don't you have time? Are you watching a show? Do you really not have time? Is that actually the thing? Do you need to be getting up a little earlier? So we could go down that whole route. But let's say you don't have time. Let's say you're actually being productive. You haven't watched any of your favorite shows in the last few weeks. You're so focused on the business. Outsource it. Get a company. Blue Pen Articles is one, I think. I think they do some email stuff. And Just say, hey, I need a niche. Or you go to Upwork and you say, I need somebody to write 5 emails. And just outsource it. Just tell somebody to write the emails for you. And just do that. So if you really don't have time, outsource it to somebody else to get it done. All you'll have to do is just edit the emails, make them sound the way you want. You're good to go. That's what I did for one of my niches that I was in a niche, just couldn't stand it. Like, I didn't really like it. I had no interest in it. I outsourced everything because I just was like, this stuff's so boring. So I just outsourced the emails and the description and just because I didn't care about it. So I'm not watching any shows. I'm up at 7 every day. YouTube takes full-time hours every week, plus writing, plus podcasting, plus my side hustle as an actor. Well done. I'd say get up at 6, but hey, who knows? Kim, just outsource it. If you don't have time, just outsource it. Go to Upwork or a writing company and just outsource the emails that you need done. I know lots of people do that, and that'll probably just help. Right? So that'll help. Or that'll help, I'm sure. So hopefully that helps, Kim. The lady writes, yes. Perfect. Yes, I can't even remember what I asked now. Sorry, the lady writes, just clarify that if we need follow-up. Yvonne, slowly building my email list. It's like watching paint dry at this point. So, hey, are you split testing? Split test your lead magnets. Get 2, find out which one starts converting better. Use Bitly to track your clicks. Make sure your opt-in page is good. Sign up for all the emails for your competitors in that niche. Look at their. I'll take a screenshot of their opt-in page, and if I like it, I'm like, ooh, that's cool. I'll just make one similar, and try using that. So, yeah, it shouldn't be watching paint dry. It should be like watching paint drip. Slow, but it's going down. So it's kind of cool. I don't know if anyone's ever used that analogy. Josh says the grandma recipe thing is very catchy. Yeah, I can understand that, but there's a but. What do you offer as your magnet? You can't just send emails every time you have a new book. No. Joshua, you gotta remind me. Are you inside my course? Are you in my blueprint? So what do you send before and during the catchy books? Wait, so the lead magnet is the catchy book. It's the grandmother's Italian recipes. That's your lead magnet to collect all the emails. Because that problem's solved. Once you start collecting emails, that's number 1 problem solved. The second problem is what to send people. So Josh, just answer, are you in my course? I just can't remember. I think you are because your name's familiar. But then again, you might just be all over my YouTube channel as well. Tenzi, yes, hardcover books. Some of my clients are demanding a hardcover. They're demanding it? Yeah, I am, student. I'm sorry, bro. Okay, go to the email section in the lessons, and I can't remember what it's called, but I cover what to send as examples. So you can use those, but it varies niche to niche, so it's kind of broad, but check out those lessons. It's definitely in there, man, because that was one of the things I stumbled with, so I definitely made sure I put it into the course. So Tenzi, hardcover books. You know what? I just did Ingram Sparks. I think they do hardcover as well. I'm not 100% sure, but just check out Ingram Sparks. And what's the other one? Lulu or Lolo is another company that does print as well. I think they do hardcover as well. I just haven't looked into it a ton. I've only looked into other soft or paperback print-on-demand services. Great tips from Yvonne. Perfect. Excellent. Quentin, do you have a morning routine or morning or daily routine? Yes, I do, actually. I'm going to be doing a video on that. It's right up on my thing. And you know what? My morning routine is unlike anybody else's. I promise you it. And yeah. So I need time just to film the video. So but it's up on the list. I will be doing my morning routine video. I think you all are gonna love it. And This morning routine is exactly what has made me successful and motivated and all of that fun stuff. But I trust you, it's different than anybody else's you've seen online. Lolo, perfect. Yvonne confirms it's or Lulu. I don't know how to say it. LULU is where you can get. Yvonne, do they do hard cover as well? I'm pretty sure they do. I know they do paperback, and yeah, so that's where you can get those other ones. But well, you charge more for it, of course. But hey, if people are asking for it, then there's a demand, right? So you might as well just get it done for sure. Any other questions on email list? Right? Any other questions? Start wrapping up so I can get back to my Facebook stuff I need to figure out. Yes, they do. Perfect. Thanks for that confirmation there. Don't forget about the tip. I thought about saying how you're active in publishing and supporting people. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, it would be a good video. It's just, here's my challenge with it, Josh. I guess it is a self-promoting video. I know exactly what I can do with that. Don't worry, you'll see some stuff about that coming up soon. Okay, any advice on how to use tags in Aweber? Chris, I don't know yet. I am really my email marketing, the advanced email marketing tags, and I'm still figuring that out myself right now. I haven't even got into the tabs part in Aweber at all yet. So yeah, I'm definitely no help on that. But I know they do. Aweber, what I like about them is they have a lot of great helpful videos. A lot like ClickFunnels, where I don't understand something, I just look at watch the video, to try to explain it. But as my email marketing kind of grows and expands, especially a lot, with the store and everything, I'm going to have to start using tags. I think, and Chris, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe you know this, but tags, maybe you should just tell me, what do tags allow you to do? Is that where it's like if a person is tagged with this, and then they got this email, they get sent this direction or something like that, or is that completely different? I don't know. Oh, are they not very descriptive? Maybe I've just watched the basic ones that are like simple enough. So yeah, no worries, man. Sorry I couldn't help, Chris, but once I learn it, I will definitely start talking more about it. So that's cool. All right, if there's no last questions, I'll give you guys like another minute or so to type any last questions, and then I want to get back to the grind here. How big do you want to target? Or so the lady writes, how big do you want to target for your list growth? How big? Like, how big do I want my list to grow? As big as freaking possible. The more your Aweber link inside your program did not work. emekaosai.com/Aweber. I'll double check that. Thanks, Ivan. I want my list to grow as big as possible. That one email list that I was talking about in that niche, that bumped up the cost of my Aweber every month. So I was thinking, I was like, oh, should I stop the funnel from coming in? But then I was like, I never know what I'll end up doing with that list. So no, just keep them coming in. So I collect emails for lists that I have no idea what I'm going to do with them. I just collect them because you never know what the future's going to hold. You never know. Like I used this example last week. Let's say you were doing Pokemon. It's a dumb niche to get into, don't. But let's say you were doing a Pokemon thing, right? A couple years ago. Pokemon was dead a couple years ago, but say you were writing a couple kids' books for Pokemon, right? You're collecting a couple emails, whatever. You're collecting emails. You're not even doing anything with them. But then what happened? A year ago? 2 years ago? What happened? Pokemon Go. And what happened? The world went nuts. It was probably the biggest thing to happen in probably 10 years in the toy and all of that industry. It was massive. Could you imagine if you were that sole Pokemon person just collecting emails? How much money did that just generate you? Those emails. So always collect emails because you never know when the culture is going to shift, and all of a sudden, it's your time at bat, and what you've been doing, the world is now watching. So you want to capitalize on that as much as you possibly can. Chris, if you have a capture page for your book, you can send specific messages for someone who read that book, asking for a review if they bought it. I don't understand your question. If you have a capture page for a book, you can send specific messages for someone who reads that book's example, asking for a review. Oh, is that how the tags work? I think it's my third email I sent to them. I asked for a review. Like I send 2 value ones first, or a thank you one, a value one, and then it's the, hey, how was the review? Tags. Okay. Right. I don't know, Chris. I'd have to dive in and start looking in tags to really fully understand it. That's why they confuse me. Even reading your question was confusing me. So it's all good, man. The lady writes, do you set up automation for these emails? Yes. Oh, yeah, definitely. Like they get a welcome email, thank you email, review email. That's like the 3 basic ones that they get. Or a thank you, welcome, one other, and a review. Those are the basic ones that they get just so they can get a couple emails, get used to me, and then, yeah. And then that's it. For the niches I'm more active in though, yeah, I definitely like some are 5 or 7 emails long, and then like I'll send manually emails throughout the month probably, depending on what's going on with the industry and things like that. So yeah, but automation I'm a big fan of it. You set it up once, you forget about it, and you just let it work. And I always have questions in my emails for them to reply back. So that's something I did just double check. Okay. So, Josh, I have one quick question. Can you legally write stories on actual characters without paying for rights? Ash from Pokemon. Adventures from Ash from Pokemon. It depends on company to company. Yeah, it really just depends. Some companies are okay with it. Some aren't. Right? Like if you try to write something about Mario, Nintendo will come and shut you down. Pokemon, I know Minecraft. Some people have lost Minecraft stuff. I don't know the full thing. I know Pokemon's not owned by Nintendo, but I don't know. Like that would be something I'd stay away from. You could always do a fictional thing that looks like it, but it's not. But then you got similarity issues. So it's always like best to stay away from those type of things unless you can get permission. Or just, yeah, so. Mohammed, Emeka, do you provide Skype consultations, and how much do you charge per half hour or 1 hour? Okay, an hour, I don't have my full coaching system set up yet. But for an hour, it's going to be like $400, Mohammed. So your best bet, hit me up on live streams. If you're in the group, or if you're in the course, right, there's group mentoring I offer. That's quite a bit cheaper for members of the course. But yeah, that would probably be your best option, unless you want to drop $397 to chat for an hour. When I figure out tags. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it, bro. And Mike K, do you recommend .com Secrets? Great book on email marketing. Can't put it. Oh yes, bro. Isn't it just amazing. Like that book is just, man, I'm reading Expert Secrets right now, and it's right up my alley because it's about leadership and like it's the next level up. Like I just want Russell to keep coming out with books because he's my new favorite author. But yeah, Mike, I'm so glad you're enjoying that, my friend. It's awesome. Lady writes, thank you for everything you do, Emeka. Thank you for following. Licensors contract actors to write novels about their characters. Oh, if you're not working with the character's licensor, it's a major risk. Very good. They writers, not actors. It's all good, Kim. Ah, that's interesting. That is interesting. Mike says the .com secrets has changed how I look at marketing. I know, man. It's so cool. It is just, it's awesome. I've seen a lot of stories about Alice and the whole bunch of Frozen characters from random authors not affiliated with Disney. Yeah, it's a risk, Josh. It's a risk. Yeah, it's a total risk. You know, it's yeah, it's a risk. You just gotta weigh the pros and the cons, right? It's you do it, you make some money, then Amazon drops the hammer on you for a third-party violation, and they either take away your books or they just take your count. So, used to work for Disney, recently attended a panel of people who work for licensors for that specifically, right? So it's you know, it all depends, right? It all depends. So, all right, guys, I think we'll wrap it up here. Of course, you can always hit me up on Facebook at Emeka site. You'll see me, and Instagram is Emeka_site. Facebook's Emeka JOSI. And yeah, okay, last one for Chris, just because I hate leaving people hanging. When I publish a book, I get a spike in sales pages right after a while. Sales page. How do you maintain sales pages right over time? Like you talked about, like over a couple months, they fade out, Chris? If it is after a few months, man, keyword might not be as strong as you thought it was. Yeah. Okay. Keyword might not be as strong as you thought it was. Or what's more than likely, you're in a competitive niche. You're in one of the no-nos for new publishers. You're in self-help. You're in cookbooks. Or you're in health and fitness. Those are the no-nos. Because you get the spike. That's your your Amazon boost for new books. But then what happens is your book gets lost in those. You have to, I don't know, Chris, I don't know if you're in my course or not, but you have to learn how to stack your keywords and build them up a specific way from bottom to top in order for Amazon to start favoring your books. You can't just publish a book in a niche that has like 30, 40, 50,000 other books in it. You have to find smaller ones and work up from there. That is, by doing that, your books start building more authority on Amazon, and they last longer, and sales maintain. But then you also need to make sure you're publishing books if you're not driving any additional traffic to it, right? So you always gotta, every month or two, throw a couple more books in there. How much do you make from each book? No clue. You make like $2 or $3 grand a month from the books. I have no idea which ones do what. I don't pay attention to that. What's a good niche size? 1,000 to 2,000 for like a beginner keyword. Yeah. So cool. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for spending some time with me on Sunday. I really, really enjoy doing these Q&As. If you've appreciated this, please make sure you give me the thumbs up, share it, and just let other people know where they can find me. And as always, I don't have a funny saying like Dale does, but see you guys later. Bye.